Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Nouman and my ID is F2018-070008. Today I am talking about the course simulation modeling and the topic which I have chosen this is Monte Carlo Simulation. I will explain a problem and its solution with the simple technique. So here's the question. Harris is a dentist who schedules all his patients for the 30 minutes appointment. Some of the students take more than 30 minutes depending on the type of dental work to be done. The following summary shows the various categories of work and the time actually needed to complete the work. Filling requires 45 minutes and there is a 40 patients for this. Crown requires 60 minutes and there is 15 patients. Cleaning requires 15 minutes as well as so extracting needs 45 minutes and checkup needs 15 minutes. So we are going to simulate this dentist clinic for the 4 hours and find out the average waiting time for the patients, and we will assume that arrival time of the patients is 8 a.m. So here we go. We will start the solution of this question. So first of all, we are given to these random numbers which are 40, 82, 11, 13, 25, 66, 17, and 79. So I divided my whole procedure into these 5 steps. So first of all, my first step is probability distribution, and the second step is cumulative probability distribution. The third step is setting the random numbers, and the fourth step is generating random numbers from the intervals, and at last, answer finding the answers of the following question uh, above using the steps. So here we go. First of all, we have a category of filling. Filling requires 40 minutes and there are 40 patients. So by adding the number of patients, we had come to know that we have 100 patients of total clinic in the clinic. So if filling requires 45 minutes and there are 40 patients, so by using the probability of this function of this clinic, we had come to know that filling probability is 0.40. I divided by the number of patients with the total patients, so that it becomes 0.40, as well as ground required. Ground probability is 0.15, cleaning probability is 0.15. Again, extracting probability is 0.10, and checkup probability is 0.20 because the number of patients of this is 20. So simply now we can add the cumulative frequency after one. So the first is as it is, which is 0.40. So by adding the next probability of this, we sum up this, so it will become 0.55, then 0.70, then 0.80, and then exactly 1. In the next step, the third step, which is the setting the random numbers, this point. So by setting the interval, we just take care of this, that our cumulative probability is always greater than this. So we had to choose that number which is less than cumulative probability. ठीक? So we'll start with 0 and it ends with the 39 because 40 is greater than 39. So we will stop this. Again, next random number is 39 after it is 40. So we need to next interval until this interval ends, we need 55 less number. So I will use 54, which is less than 55, and again 55 next for the next is 55 to 69, and 70 to 79, and 80 to 99. So this is also less than 00, which is probably 100. Now it is time for this to generate the random number. So first of all, I would like to say that how many patients we check while our simulating time. Since we are simulating for the 4 hours, so we can provide services to only 8 patients. How is this possible? Since because each patient requires at least 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. So if 30 minutes required and we are checking for only 4 hours, so 4 hours would be equals to 240 minutes. So by simple division, 240 divided by 30, which is equals to 8. That is why we check only 8 patients in our simulating time. So here we go in the next step. So there's a list of 8 patients and their scheduled arrival time. The first patient come at 8 a.m., the second patient at 8:30, the third patient at 9, the fourth patient at 9:30, the fifth patient at 10, the sixth patient at 10:30, the seventh patient at 11, and the eighth patient at 11:30. So the random numbers which we have given to us in this slide, these random numbers, we will put these random numbers as it is, no exchange, no change, no random, no ascending or descending order, just as it is, implementing this interval into this slide. So I write 40, I write 82, I write 11, 34, 25, 66, 17, and 79. So, by checking this number, I had come to know that by using the random number, we will go to that table and check where the random interval lies. If the random interval lies in between the category, we will write that category. So, uh, the 40 is the random number. Okay, the first patient arrived at 8 a.m. and its random number is 40. So here we check. So by checking this, I had come to know that 40 lies in the second uh, row, and the 40 interval is a crown category. So I write it down as a crown. Okay, the next is 8:30 and the random number is 82. If the random number is 82, then I'll go with this, and I had come to know that this patient requires checkup. So I'll write the checkup here. The next is 9, which is 11. So 11 would be, must be in this first interval. If this first interval occurs, then it needs to be filled. So this interval is 0 to 39. It means the less than 39 or greater than 0 all comes in this. So in the third step, this is 34, this is also filling. In this is also filling. So the first five patient requires crown, checkup, filling, and filling. The third one comes at 10 and its random number is 25. So the 1030 and its number is 66. So here we check 66 where it comes. 66, so 66 comes at cleaning because 69 is the interval. So cleaning requires, so by checking, I write this cleaning here, and 17 is also lies between 0 to 39. So this is also filling, and at the end, the last patient at 11:30, who arrives, uh, his random number is 79. So we will check again 79. So 79 is in between the extracting. Okay? So we will use extracting here. Uh, by checking all these categories, we will start our service needed time. So the time needed to all these services The crown needs 60 minutes, checkup needs 15 minutes, filling needs 45, cleaning means requires 15 minutes, and extracting means 45 minutes. So by checking this, we will going to start the answer of our question. So here we go. The first patient arrived at 8, and as soon as possible he arrived, his services starts. So if the services start at 8, his service duration is 60 minutes. So 60 minutes, 8 plus 60 minutes, it equals to 9. So he waited for 0 minutes. Okay, next is the arrival time of the second patient is 8:30. If he comes at 8:30 and his services start at 9, it requires 15 minutes. So after 9, we add 15 minutes into this, it will become 9:15. So how much time he waits for this? He waited for 30 minutes, because he comes at 8:30 and the first patient services ends at 9, so he waited 30 minutes. As soon as it is the third patient comes at 9, his services start at 9:15, because his the second patient ends at 9:30 or 9:15. So we'll start with the 9:15 for the third patient, and he requires 45 minutes. So adding 45 minutes into 9:15, it will equals to 10. So by checking this, how much time he wait for his coming his service. So he comes at 9, and his services start at 9:15. So by checking this, I had come to know that he waited for the 15 minutes. Okay, so he waited for the 15 minutes. So coming towards the next patient, which comes on 9:30. If he comes on 9:30, wait a second, I will write something. If he comes at 9:30, so 9:30, he comes at 9:30. His services start at 10. Why his services start at 10? Because the previous patient, the patient number 3, this patient services ends at 10. If his services ends at 10, the next patient services exactly on that time. And he also requires 45 minutes. So 45 minutes into 10, it will be 45, 10:45. So how much time he waits? He waited for the almost, he comes at 9:30, his services start at 10. So he waited 30 minutes. Simple. So by checking all these, we will randomly pick anyone. I will pick the seventh one. The seventh patient comes at 11. His services start at 11:45, because the upper patient, obviously he ends at 10:45. So how much time he waited? He waited 11 to 45, it will becomes 45 minutes. If he waited 45 minutes, so this is clear. I guess there is nothing. So you can simply add all these waited times. These all waited times, you can check all these waited times and taking an average. So by adding all these, which is almost, we can find the average. So this is how I end my topic, and I guess there is no more questions for this, because I think this is much pretty easier than anything else. So we will stop our topic here, and inshallah, hope for the best. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.